a star that lights the road. I'll take this ride and just drive. I wanna be the only one to make it to the light. I'll take it to the edge where I lived 1,000 lives. But maybe I could be the one right into the setting sun tonight. Just
Welcome to the Hungarian Grand Prix. Jens Olsen takes pole position, Ultra alongside him. A.G.E lands in third place from Dalsberg down with Rafael Ferrari. We have Blue down Sonic and Bravo. Got P6, P7 there now. I have Van Horn and Ocampo. After that, we got Versio, Carlos Sabato, UK Wall, Daniel Bocasaro, Matthew Hart, Akari Sato, Stevie Headley, Livery, Spike CB, Silla, Harley Palomino, and Lapfon. So here we are, the Hungarian Grand Prix, 5 red lights to start this race. It's lights out and away we go. And it's a good start there for Ultra. He's got a good opportunity to take first place. Already in first place, head actually into the first corner. He keeps that. The McLaren loses second. Armitsilla picking up a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision there. So you have to be careful because apparently early race is not good. Akari Sato also picking up a penalty while he was at it there as well. We had Demetto now getting ahead of Olsen. Ultra and Demetto flying out in front. Look, and they are some pretty fast drivers right now. As you can see, we're just like in 6th position here, trying to get ahead of Ferrari, trying to get ahead of the Ford, in fact. Now Ford is 3rd place in this championship, Hyperdrive are 5th, so they've got to start scoring some more points, because just like you guys can see, up in the 4th position now, ahead of Sergio and Ferrari. Both Fords have been overtaken there, and at the end of this first lap, there's already pressure being put on to Olsen from the Hyperdrive behind. Of course, he got 3rd place last time out in Silverstone, but he is currently sitting in 3rd once again here in the Hungarian Grand Prix. Blair Cyclo is getting closer and closer. Davy Serkiera is now sandwiched from Cabo. Well, Fords are, sorry, they're sandwiched. As Ocampo in 6th position for 5-second time penalty. Doing well, but the penalty is going to be there to ruin his race at some point. Penalties always seem to cost drivers something. It normally costs them a lot when it's the first stint as well. So we are looking at the best attempt here of Ocampo trying to get ahead of Davy Serkiera. Don't really know where to focus on the grid here as Ferrari trying to defend his 6th place, which he had just gotten back. It's going to be a switchback around the final corner. Ferrari now up in a 6th. He is ahead of his own teammate. I mean, he still had his own teammate, but he's ahead of Ocampo. There's a good opportunity though for Ferrari to get a move soon, as he will have DRS on Davy Serkiera once again. Well, as you can see there, no move has been made yet. And the top 4 just aren't really changing at all in this race. Which is a bit unfortunate to see. Matthew Hart moving up into 20th ahead of Spiker. As Arvid Silla down in last place despite skill upgrades into this race. They just aren't working well for him at all. Matthew Hart right behind Lam Fong now, as the Salmon will be trying to move up into 19 soon. Olsen going through movies ahead of De Benedetto now. The McLaren's dueling it out here as De Benedetto gets that position back. We're just like feeling pressure from Davy Serkiera now, as Ford will try and maintain 3rd place in the Constructors, or possibly even try and fight for more. However, I doubt that. I really do. Davy Serkiera fast lap in this race. We're just like now back into 4th with the virtual safety car. Oh! Ultra is out! The engine completely failing by the looks of it. Oh, that is huge in this race. The race leader and championship leader is now out of the Grand Prix, which means it won't be any more gains for him on Max Adelaide this race. But yeah, he's going to be disappointed with that one, as the car was just left rolling with no power left at all. But the virtual safety cars came back in, and the McLarens are already fighting. It's going to be Olsen and Benedetto fighting it out for the win here, possibly. The top four are all in strong contention. This is set to be an absolutely fantastic race. 4 quick drivers in 4 quick cars, but Blake Sonic's got a penalty for causing collision. That is not good for him. It's definitely not good. As on this back straight, Olsen has got the advantage of DRS. Now, can he use that DRS to get ahead of his teammate? I don't think he's going for the move yet. He's not. He's waiting, but Dave Sarkera has got his chance to go through, but he doesn't get through. Olsen sending it on the inside, and he's now back up in the lead. That was an audacious send. To be honest, it was like his only option that he had there. He could have just waited and got held up by Dave Sarkera, or he could have sent it and go for the lead. Of course, in the end, Benedetto did reclaim P1. However, this race is starting to get close. Now, it's realistically a 3-way fight now, unless Blake can break through into P1 and build out a good advantage. Of course, there's always strategy, which can change things in these races. It's lap 5 out of lap 17 for these drivers here. And Ocampo's trying to make up some more places because he's just been falling back now on this grid. He's not having a good time. His tyres are toast. As we come into the pit lane, Blake Sonic has came in first. Now he's got a 5-second penalty to try and obviously get rid of the effects of. Serve the penalty right there. He no longer has it. He's on hard tyres, probably your best choice when you do this to your strategy. But yeah, now it's just for him hoping that the one stop is going to be the quickest strategy here around the Hungarian. So yeah, it's going to be the McLarens fighting out in front now. Also the Benedetto fighting. Ferrari in a solid position right now. Campbell's still not able to make any moves. Van Horn's ahead of him actually, which a bit embarrassing to be honest. Yeah, I do feel Legaslik will be ahead of one of the McLarens, whichever one picks later. He's going to be ahead of. That's my prediction. Considering the amount he can gain on fresh tyres every lap. As into the pit lane comes De Benedetto, lead driver of McLaren really, when you think about it. He's always been here since the start of the season. And yep, he's out on fresh tyres, holding up other drivers as well in the process. And Hugo, the McLaren, is going to start to come out of the pits. Blake Sonic is nowhere to be seen right now. He's coming down the straight. He's only just coming down, and yep, easily at the pits ahead is De Benedetto. You can see he has gained time on De Benedetto compared to before, when it would have been a gap of around 5 seconds. The gap now is around 4 seconds. As Blake Sonic moves ahead of Iago in the AlphaTauri, who's fighting down the straight. Blake Sonic will have the inside line. Iago trying to stay ahead, but he goes off the track completely. Track limits. Not surprised about that one. This is an excellent fight here for 12th position in this Grand Prix. Jens Olsen still leading out in front. He's coming around the final corner. He's coming in the pits, in fact, now. Davide Sarkera staying out for another lap. So he is going to be going to lap 8 for his tyre. Also moving on to a set of hards. Maybe these guys will have to stop. The tyre wear isn't the greatest around here. Rafael Ferrari into the pits. Those are soft on for him. Now we'll just have to see how he does. How will that Ford do? Well, we'll have to see. Where's he going to come out the pits? Is it going to be ahead or behind Blake Sonic? It's going to be behind. Blake Sonic is ahead of him. Now he's going to have to try and get Iago. Olsen coming out the pits there. And he's still ahead of Legend Sonic, who's got an opportunity to get ahead of Olsen. Just, he's not able to get ahead of him. Because now Olsen's tires are fired up. And he's now pushing his way through the field. He's now in the 4th position. And he'll be on the charge for his teammate, who's leading by around 3 seconds. 3 or 4 seconds, shall I say. David Cerqueira coming around the final 2 corners now. I bet he'll be coming in the pits. His tyres are gone 32%. Now, if any one of these guys are on 1-stops, it's going to be Cerqueira. He is extending these tyres as long as humanly possible. Fastest second 2 for Rafael Ferrari. You came on coming around the final corner. He is staying out for another lap as well. He's also got a 5-second time penalty. That's something you never want to see. The red out fastest lap in this race of 1:03.5. He is setting some incredible laps around this circuit here today. Fast second 3 for Rafael Ferrari and also Sebastian Campo, who gets the fastest lap overall there. Currently in 10th position behind Revo, who's currently the only Ferrari in this race remaining. Olsen trying to stay ahead of Iago, but Iago's still pretty quick on their medium tyres. 2 laps old they are. He came all getting a 5-second penalty for causing a collision. That's with Devendel, in fact. So he's collided with the net race leader. He's got a penalty because of it, and Devendel has damage to his car. It's only minor though, 98%. Which means he's only lost 2% on the car. That's going to have little to no impact really on performance. Not really something that changes races massively, so he should be fine to continue on. David Cerqueira in the pits. Well, he's moved on to the medium tyre. However, I'm going to say this now, Devendel definitely on a 2-stop. 100% on a 2-stop. David Cerqueira is coming out the pits on mediums, so he's doing a somewhat equal split of the medium and another medium. So he's just going to be hoping now everyone else ahead of him are on the 2-stop strategy, and that his 1-stop will work out. He was ahead of Devendel when he came in the pits. In theory, if he keeps up good pace, he should still be ahead when Devendel does come in the pits. As we see fights going on here, Hadley trying to get up in the top 10, getting ahead of livery. It's Aston Martin versus Opel for the final top 10 position versus Theo. Getting on the inside here of Hadley into the chicane. Hadley staying ahead. Versus Theo will be up into 11th place. He's ahead of livery, who now drops down into 12, but he's not quite through into the top 10 just yet. He's going to have another move into this next corner. And there we go, Versio breaking through into the top 10, finally on their medium tyres. Lap 11 begins, Devendel leads it, 7 more laps to go in this Grand Prix. Olsen's running in P2 to make it a 1-2 for McLaren as it stands. Legend Sonic now finally getting in the fight for the podium once again. If he didn't have that 5-second penalty earlier on, he would be within a second of Devendel right now. That's just how much that penalty has cost him. Now he's been denied of podiums this season. Hell, possible wins in fact, if you go back to Imola. This man has not stood on the podium yet in a main race this season. Today's his chance once again. He keeps getting these random chances for podiums. However, something keeps ruining it. One of the most unlucky drivers this season, in my opinion. As Ferrari has got a lot of wear on his tyres, Devendel has also got a lot of wear. Now, Cerqueira's hopes going to be Devendel is going to be going on to a tyre that's not going to be as good. Hopefully for him, a medium. Lap 12 begins. David Cerqueira in 11th place. He needs to cut through the field if he wants to do well. And he's got his DRS enabled on camo into the pits for the second time, moving on to a soft compound tyre. He's only 11 seconds out off of race leader David Devendel, which means he is already got a massive undercut threat. He's just got to try and hold this. He's got to keep gaining and gaining. As he's getting held up now by Van Horn. Cerqueira, as you see that, only just in the camera shot. He's sending it on the inside. He's being aggressive. The 2017 world champion trying his hardest to just get these places done as soon as humanly possible. He's got to hold this. Van Horn could still get ahead. Looks at the position is finally been secured though. And while in that Mercedes, which we've not really mentioned before this race, is trying to his hardest to defend P7 from Verstio. Davis Arcaro right behind in the fourth though. He is pulling in them little bits of time. Once he clears these two cars, he'll be free to make as much gains as he wants now on the Benedetto. He's going to pull over to the inside now. He's done that. Blocking Verstio, boxing him in. He's going to go on the inside here. And he's now through into 7th. He has cleared all them guys. As long as he maintains 7th place here at the end of this corner, he'll be fine. And he's got it. He's now completely free. He's in clean air. And all their drivers ahead of him will be behind Davis Arcaro if they come into the pits. I imagine most of them will do just that. Maybe Olsen could stay out. He could try, but Arcaro is rapid. 7 seconds is the gap. Now it keeps changing because the corners messing up the timings. So we've not really got a definitive gap yet. Also now closing in on Benedetto, his tyres are wearing out a lot as we head into the final 4 laps of this race. What are the choices at McLaren for Benedetto? Well, it's to come in the pits. He's in. There we go. Race leader. Tommy Benedetto comes to the pits and it's for mediums. I've just predicted the future. I predicted the future before that. As in the pits come Ferrari and Revo. Ferrari on, well, he's coming in for softs. Softs as well there for Eduardo as teams are rushing their drivers in to make second pit stops. Revo on mediums. Yep, so many drivers getting involved in pit stop chaos here. 6 seconds is the gap now between Olsen and Davis Arcaro. I think that's safe to say it's around 6 seconds anyways. Eduardo coming out the pits in P15. No one else is going to get ahead of him, I don't think, unless Fong could, which he does. Fong takes 15th, the final points playing position. He got DRS and he's going to be ahead of Van Horn at the end of this straight, and he is through. He is now up into 14th place. But Van Horn's going to fight this one back on the inside. He is now up into 14th, ahead of Fong. And Fong's going to send it. Oh, lovely send from the RB Williams. But unfortunately for him, it didn't work out. Stephen Henley is going to get back up in the points playing positions with that 15th place overtake there. As we're now into the final 3 laps, Olsen staying out still. Later outside, also still staying out. Iago's in the pits to get rid of his 1 mediums. As you can see, softs are available there for him at getting straight. As Arcaro continues to close down that gap there. To Benedetto is miles behind. I don't think he's going to win this unless everyone else ahead comes into the pit lane. Verstio's tyres are pretty much gone. They're not going to last long, to be honest. Red Bull will have to consider putting him into the pits later on. Same possibly for Blade Sonic with Hyperdrive. His tyres are very much worn out. Davis Arcaro is right behind though. I do feel Blade Sonic's only chance though of a podium this race is staying out to the very end. And the same thing there applies to Olsen. I feel like his only chance of winning is by staying out. We'll see what these teams are doing as we are headed on to the 16th lap of 17. And Olsen does stay out, which means he's going to be staying out to the end of this race, I think. Legend Sonic is going to lose that second place very, very soon. As Davis Arcaro is right on the back of him. And, yep, no move made yet. But this is going to be not much of a battle, really. Davis Arcaro is a lot quicker. Legend Sonic doesn't really want to waste his time, but he's still fighting. Okay. I thought he was just letting the forward by, but he's not. He's trying to fight for that P2. P3 should be safe as long as he keeps within a suitable gap with Davis Arcaro to get some form of slipstream. But yeah, Benedetto is going to get unleashed. He is unleashed. He's up in the 4th now. He's now on his task to get the podium in Hungary. And Legend Sonic is falling away now. Completely falling away. Benedetto is rapid, pulling out a second already to Verstio. There may not be any stopping this man. He is on a mission to get 3rd place. Olsen round the final corner. He's coming onto this last lap as the race leader for McLaren. Force Ultra being out, the race from Adelaide being out of the championship for now. there's obviously a big switch up McLaren. Sorry, yeah, of course, one race winner gone, one race winner out of the race. Which means, on this last lap, it doesn't matter who crossed the line first, we will have a brand new winner in this season. DeVerdell fastest in the first sector, the hyperdrive is right there. The battle for P3 will continue. Just when will DeVerdell go for a move? I think he's going to go for one soon. The tyres of that hyperdrive are gone. He's on the 12th lap with those tyres. And DeVerdell's going to go for a move here. Round the outside to the inside. And he's now up there into third, denying BDS a podium once again. As round the final corner, it is a McLaren winning today. It's not Marcus Adelaide, but it's Jensen Olsen on his second race back. He wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. David Sarakaris is going to come home for second place. DeVerdell gets a great podium there. They're just once again denied him a podium. Iago going for the position on track. Getting ahead of Iago. Getting ahead of Bogsarov. Iago sets fast up the race for 101.566. That was absolutely amazing, that. What a final lap for Iago that was. Headley in 13th from UK Mall as we see the barriers. Very interesting camera angle, might I say. Thank you, cameraman, for having the camera so low to the ground. Spike CV will finish this one off in 17th position from Nicholas Palomino, Karu Sato, Lam Fong, and finally Ahmed Silla, who rounds off the grid. So Jensen Olsen gets his first win in quite some time with that amazing performance. He wins that Hungarian Grand Prix from Davide Secchiera in second place for Ford, and then De Benedetto, who managed to just climb that podium at the very end. Davide Secchiera's one stop really did work out. However, what I will say is, Olsen staying on that one stop gave him the victory. Just like that 5-second penalty definitely cost him that podium. Possibly even a win. Just depends on how the strategy could have played out if he didn't get that penalty. Yeah, with that, we're done. Let's listen to the Norwegian national anthem. So also the winner today for David Secchiera, DeVerdell. Just once again denied him another podium. It's P4 for him as he lost P3 on the final lap. We've got Rafael Ferrari, Rivo, Versio, Iago, Ocabo, Bonsarov, Van Horn, Headley, Eduardo, UK Mall, Livery, CV, Palomino, Sato, Fong, and Silla with Ultra out of the race. Incredible Hungarian Grand Prix that we saw today. Absolutely fantastic. But yeah, 3 race winners this season now, as Adelaide and Ultra can't extend their streak of them being the only winners. So yeah, also Maurice winner once again. That's his 4th win, if I recall correctly, in Formula 1. He'll be delighted, McLaren will be delighted, as they come out this race as the top scorers of points. So with that, we'll see you next time in Belgium for the sprint race when F1 Classic returns.